You know what nobody talks about when they talk about investing in 2026? Paying off your car loan. Everybody's out here chasing stocks, crypto, real estate, passive income side hustles, and I get it, that stuff is exciting. But I'm going to show you today, with actual numbers, why wiping out your car loan right now might be the single most guaranteed, highest returning financial move you can make this year. No risk, no broker, no waiting, just math. So if you've got a car loan sitting on your balance sheet, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're either going to have a plan or you're going to wish you watched this sooner. What's really happening with your car loan? Let's start with reality. The average car loan in 2026 carries an interest rate somewhere between 7% and 12%, depending on your credit score and when you took it out. Think about that. 7 to 12%, guaranteed, every single year, on money you already spent. Ready? Now here's the question I want you to sit with. If someone walked up to you today and said, "Hey, I'll give you a guaranteed 8% return on your money, zero risk, starting right now," would you take it? Of course you would. Every financial advisor on the planet would tell you to take it. That is exactly what paying off your car loan is. When you eliminate a debt that charges you 8% interest, you have effectively earned 8% on every dollar you use to pay it off. Guaranteed. The market doesn't have to go up. A company doesn't have to perform. A tenant doesn't have to pay rent. It just happens. And in 2026, with economic uncertainty still very much in the picture, rates staying elevated, the cost of living still biting, that guaranteed return is more valuable than ever. The real cost of your car loan. Let me break this down so you can see exactly what your loan is costing you. Pull up your loan statement while I walk through this. Let's say you have $12,000 left on your car loan at 9% interest with 24 months remaining. Over those 24 months, you are going to pay approximately $1,150 in interest, money that goes directly to the lender, not into your pocket, not into your future, not into any asset you own. Now, here's where people make the mistake. They look at that monthly payment. Let's call it $550 a month, and they think, that's manageable. I'll keep investing on the side. But here's what's really happening. You are carrying a liability that costs you nearly $48 a month just in interest. You are renting money, and that rent never stops until the loan is gone. Now compare that to putting $12,000 into the S&P 500. In a good year, you might get 10 to 12%. In a bad year, negative 20%. The average historical return is around 10%, but that's over decades, not guaranteed in any single year. Your car loan? It is guaranteed to cost you 9% until it's paid off. That's the floor. That's the certainty. When you frame it that way, paying off the loan isn't conservative. It's strategic. The psychological dividend. Now I want to talk about something that doesn't show up in a spreadsheet, but absolutely shows up in your life. Financial freedom has a psychological component that people wildly underestimate. Every month you carry that car loan, you carry mental weight. You have an obligation, an invoice, a number that has to be met before anything else. Whether you're conscious of it or not, that payment is part of every budget conversation you have, every financial decision you make. The day you pay off your car loan, that $550 a month becomes yours completely. You can invest it, save it, spend it on something meaningful, but it's yours to direct with intention, not with obligation. That's what I call the psychological dividend. It doesn't show up in your interest rate calculation, but it shows up in the way you feel about your finances, the decisions you make, and the confidence you have going forward. And here's the thing, confidence leads to better financial decisions. People who have margin in their budget, who don't feel squeezed, make smarter choices. They don't panic sell investments. They don't take bad loans. They don't make desperate moves. Paying off your car loan gives you margin. And in personal finance, margin is everything. But what about investing instead? Okay, I know what you're thinking. Brian, what if I just invest that money instead? What if the market does better than my interest rate? Fair question. Let's actually run the numbers. Scenario A, you have $12,000. You invest it in an index fund averaging 10% annually. After 2 years, you have roughly $14,520. You also still have your car loan, which cost you $1,150 in interest over that same period. Net gain, about $1,370. Scenario B, you use that $12,000 to pay off your car loan today, then you take the $550 monthly payment, which is now freed up, and invest that for 24 months. After 24 months of investing $550 per month at 10% annualized, you have approximately $14,500. But here's the kicker. You paid zero additional interest on the loan. Your net position is better, your monthly cash flow is better, and you have zero liabilities on that vehicle. The numbers come out similar, but scenario B has no market risk, none, and you sleep better at night. Now let's add one more layer. What if the market drops 15% in year 1? In scenario A, your $12,000 becomes $10,200. Your loan kept charging you interest. You're now down on both ends. In scenario B, you paid off the loan on day 1. The market can do whatever it wants. Your car is yours. That asymmetry matters. Protecting the downside is how you actually build wealth over time. The compounding effect on the other side. Here's the piece of this conversation that I think is most underappreciated. Once your car loan is gone, the compounding clock starts working for you instead of against you. Right now, compounding is your enemy. Interest compounds on your loan balance. Every month you don't pay it off, you're paying interest on interest. The bank is compounding in their favor. The moment you eliminate that loan, you flip the equation. You take that $550 a month and you redirect it into an investment account. Now you're the one who benefits from compounding. Every month, your investments grow, and that growth generates more growth. Over 10 years, $550 a month invested at 8% average return becomes over $100,000. Over 20 years, nearly $320,000. That is the power of redirecting a car payment into wealth building. But it only starts the moment the loan is gone. Every month you keep the loan is a month you delay that compounding engine from starting. Think about it this way. Your car loan is a dam. It's holding back the river of your financial future. Pay it off and the water starts flowing, and it flows faster and faster over time. How to actually do it in 2026? All right, let's get practical, because knowing this is valuable, but having a plan is everything. Step 1, know your exact payoff amount. Call your lender or log into your account and ask for the payoff amount, not the remaining balance. The payoff amount is what it takes to close the loan today, and it's often slightly different from your balance. Get that number. Step 2, audit your liquid assets. Look at your savings account, your emergency fund, your checking buffer. I am not telling you to drain your emergency fund. Please don't do that. But if you have excess savings sitting in an account earning 4 to 5% while your car loan charges you 9%, the math is clear. That excess should be going toward the loan. Step 3, make a payoff timeline. If you can't pay it off today in full, that's okay. Create an aggressive payoff plan. What if you threw an extra $200 a month at the principal? Run that number. Most car loans have no prepayment penalty. Every dollar extra goes straight to reducing your balance and the interest you'll owe. Step 4, use any windfalls intentionally. Tax refund, bonus at work, side income. This is 2026. Put that money to work on the loan. A $2,000 tax refund applied to your loan principal can cut months off your timeline and hundreds of dollars off your total interest. Step 5, set a payoff date and celebrate it. Seriously, write it down, put it on your calendar. The psychological power of a target date is real. When you hit it, celebrate it, because that day you've made one of the smartest financial moves of the year. The bigger picture, why this is an investment in your future. I want to zoom out for a second before we wrap up. We live in an era where everyone is obsessed with finding the next big investment, the next hot stock, the next real estate play, the next thing that's going to 10 times their money. And meanwhile, they're ignoring the guaranteed risk-free returns sitting right in front of them in the form of high-interest debt. Here's the truth about building wealth. It's not always about finding the best opportunity. It's about eliminating what's working against you first. Your car loan is working against you every single day. It's draining cash flow, compounding against you, limiting your options and adding mental weight to your financial life. Pay it off and you get all of that back: cash flow, compounding power, mental clarity, and options. In 2026, with so much economic uncertainty and so many financial voices pulling you in 1,000 directions, there is something deeply powerful about simplifying, about owning what you have, about eliminating liabilities and building from a clean foundation. That is what closing your car loan does. It's not just a debt payoff, it's the beginning of a new financial chapter. So here's what I want you to do right now. Before you close this video, pull up your loan account, look at your payoff number, look at your savings, and ask yourself, what would it take to close this out in the next 6 to 12 months? Then make a plan, even a rough one, because a rough plan in motion beats a perfect plan sitting in your head. If this video helped you see your car loan differently, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need to hear this message. Subscribe if you're not already here, because every week we're breaking down the real financial moves that actually build wealth. No fluff, no hype, just strategy. Drop a comment below. How much do you have left on your car loan? And what's your payoff plan? Let's talk about it. I'll see you in the next one. Stay smart, stay disciplined.